class can go 24/7. And so on Tuesday night I was on Larry King. And yesterday I was on Fox News Channel with Megan. And both times I'm always matched up. When I do national television, it seems like I am joined at the hip with Arianna Huffington. And so I can't go anywhere that I don't have. And I've known Arianna a long time. I've known Arianna 3 Ariannas ago. And when her then husband Michael was running for Senate in California in 1992, she would come to the studio and she was then a Republican. She used to have common sense and discernment. And we talked for a long time about this, but then she's changed, as so many pundits did with during the war years and during the years of George W. Bush. She changed into an arch lefty. And so now she's just paired up with me, and I've gotten, if you can debate Arianna, you can debate anyone at any time. So it's like fighting down in class when you go on with Stephanie Miller, as I did on Tuesday night, or Leslie Marshall, as I did on Fox yesterday. But when you do a lot of this, it becomes apparent that the Democrats are out of ideas and out of gas. They don't have anything to argue with. They don't have a point of view. They won't make an argument. They were eager to talk about the First Lady's trip abroad. I found this very revealing, that the Larry King panel, all they wanted to do, Tavis Smiley was hosting that night, and Aisha was on, and Stephanie Miller, and all they wanted to do was talk about the First Lady's trip. I didn't want to talk about the First Lady's trip. I don't care about the First Lady's trip. I don't think it's particularly significant. I care about 9.5% unemployment. I care about 484,000 new jobless claims today. I care about a deficit that's probably going to be $1.6 trillion this year. I care about the fact that $26 billion, as I said, was spent with nary a thought for what it's going to do. They don't want to talk about those things. They definitely don't want to talk about Obamacare. Here it is, the most significant social program in the last 50 years has been passed to the detriment of every single person in this room. How many of you are on Medicare? Okay, you're all screwed. And you are. The number of providers that will be available to you over the next 5 years is going to shrink. How many of you happen to have been Medicare Horizon people? Any Medicare Horizon people? It's primarily in Florida. Those people are, what's that? Medicare Advantage is what I mean. Any Medicare Advantage people here? Yeah, you're going to lose Medicare Advantage. And those of you who have got employer-provided health care, how many have employer-provided health care in the room? You're in for a nasty couple of shocks over the next 2 years. This is an issue that I would talk about all day, every day, on every cable show, and Democrats won't come on to talk about it. I guarantee you that although the invitation was sincerely extended by Paul to Congresswoman Kirkpatrick, she won't accept it. She won't. When he wins the primary here in a couple of weeks, she won't want to come and debate health care in America. Paul actually knows how it works. Paul actually has been delivering it. I was asked why I had gotten involved in a primary, and I said it's because you saw what Congress did when they had no medical professionals. There are two kinds of people I love to sign up for: medical professionals and accountants. This is what Congress needs: medical professionals and accountants. Jim Renacci is an accountant in northeastern Ohio. I went back, did an event very much like this, in a venue very much like this a couple of months ago outside of Cleveland and Akron, and Jim began to talk, as an accountant would talk, about what the Congress is doing right now. And it's mind-boggling. I know we got a couple of accountants here. I was talking to you beforehand. Mind-boggling to anyone who works with numbers what's going on. Similarly, throughout the long attempt to stop Obamacare, every time I found medical professionals, I could find some professional talking heads who would come on, and they were MDs, they were dentists, they were any of the medical trades, and they would pretend to like Obamacare. But it was very easy to find doctors, dentists, and other practitioners on the street who would tell me it was the worst thing to happen to American medicine. And so if we can get Paul elected and get him back there, we will increase by at least 100% the actual knowledge of how it works. And it's a very important thing to get done. In the course of the campaign against Obamacare, my colleagues on the Salem Radio Network, Bennett, Medved, Prager, and Gallagher and I, did a signature campaign, came up with 1.2 million signatures. And we took it back and we met with the GOP Medical Caucus, which I believe is about 10. I don't know if you've met them, but about 10 doctors and dentists who are back there already. And they were not listened to, they were not consulted. The president didn't care. This was an enormous exercise in political power to drive us towards Obamacare and